I've had it probably about a year, but my friend who I got it from, I went with him to pick it up. 2014.
So you were going with him to pick it up for him?
Yes. So he had a thing about these back in the day, like we all did, and I mean, he was never going to ride it, but he's probably 70 years old now, but he was collecting bikes at that time. I spotted this on Auto Trader, like Bike Trader, in Aylesbury, which is relatively local to here, and he was like, yeah, let's go and get it. So we went and got it. I think the guy had an American Import 92 as well, SC28, which I really liked, and I remember saying, oh, if you ever sell that, let me know. But we picked this up, and it wasn't a lot of money at the time for an Urban Tiger anyway, and then it came back, sat in his garage amongst a huge collection of bikes.
So is he a bike collector, is he?
Yeah, so he had a lot of vintage stuff, a lot of Triumphs. He'd had like RC30s and stuff like that back in the day. He had Mike Aylward replica Ducatis, 916s, just lots and lots of stuff. But this just sat there, just sat at the back, did nothing. Then it went to he had a bit of a shuffle around, moved some of his bikes around, moved some of his cars around, and this ended up going into storage. I was moving it around and someone seen it and said, oh, do you want to sell it? And he said, no, I've got to offer you first refusal. So it was kind of the wrong timing. Didn't have...
Force your hand on it.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't have the money at the time. I certainly didn't really have the money available, but I found it because I thought, oh, great. And then it came in here, sat it under a load of bubble wrap and looked at it a bit and kind of realised I wasn't going to do anything with it. And then you come along.
So you've never actually rode it, ran it?
Nope, nothing. Nothing at all. It is just sat. It's always lived, you know, it's got its battle scars from over the years, but in the last 10, 12 years, it's always been in a dehumidified, heated garage.
So have you ever seen it run?
Yeah, when we first got it, it was MOT'd, everything. It was a running bike. It was on the road. I don't know the last time Dunk would have run it, to be honest. Probably about 2014, 2015, I guess. But you've helped me out in the past, which I've remembered, and I've got a lot of respect for what you do and the quality of what you do. And if you wanted one of these, and I can facilitate that, and it goes to a good home, that's more important to me than anything else, if I'm honest.
Yeah, well, like I say, it is one of my, if not the dream bike that I've always wanted.
Good.
And, yeah, having a poster on the wall and stuff. And I know it's a fireblade, it's an SC28, you know, it's just a colour scheme, but...
Yeah, no, it's special. The sort of thing that you can do, the sort of thing that you're really good at doing.
Yeah, the most important thing that attracted me to it was obviously, like you say, because it's a genuine Urban, it's not got Chinese fairings on.
Nope.
It's the original Honda fairings and the original stickers. I mean, yeah, fair play, that's as genuine as they get, really.
Yeah, it's an honest bike.
Yeah, like you say, it's usable as well, so
yeah.
providing, you know, I don't go too mad with the restoration on it, it's still going to be usable in summer.
Yeah.
I can go out on it for a blast and stuff and get a bit of fun out of it. So.
How long do you reckon it's going to take you to do this?
So I need to concentrate on it, so I need to make sure there's no other bikes going on in the background. Yeah.
Well, I'm really looking forward to seeing what you do with it.
Yeah, definitely.
think this shed's starting to get a bit cramped now. As they say in the movies, we're gonna need a bigger boat. Well, that's the introduction to the Fireblade. Iconic bike for me. I've wanted one since I was a teenager. I had posters on the wall of them. I was just obsessed with them, and I was just obsessed with the Fireblade in general back in the 90s when I was a teenager. So it's a fantastic day for me to actually get my hands on one. Massive thank you to Johnny for sorting out the bike, doing a great deal with the bike. Massive respect to you, mate. You're a top bloke, and I'm sure that our paths will cross again with some other bike projects and things. So yeah, thank you very much for that, matey. I will do you proud with this one. It's such an original, I mean, obviously the orange screen and there's 90s bits stuck to it, which you're never going to escape really. Yeah, that is all going and will go into standard. However, it's just going to be so nice, and this is what this channel is about. It's about getting these classic bikes, retro bikes. It's about finding them, is a big thing. It's took me years to try and find an Urban Tiger that's not ridiculously expensive, that's in, you know, the right condition, because usually these are mint and they go for like 5k 6k here in the UK. It's going to be an operation of stripping, cleaning, rebuilding, rebuilding all the bits that need rebuilding, getting that engine. It's not run since 2014, Johnny said, so it's going to be so nice to hear this thing roar into life again after being off the road for so long and being sat in storage. And I'm getting excited already. I thoroughly can't wait to get this done and on the road. We'll go off into Wales or somewhere like that and have a really good ride on it, and I'll take the cameras with me and stuff, so and take a picnic as well. I just can't wait. I'm so excited for this, so excited, honest. I can't wait to get this thing going. I don't think I've had nice bikes. I have had nice bikes over the years, but I don't think I've ever had what I class as an iconic bike. I've had one of these. I've had a Fireblade the same year and everything, but it was a red and white one. So I've had one of these bikes. It just wasn't a genuine Urban Tiger. It was the red, white, and blue one. So I have had one and rode one when I first started getting into road bikes. I didn't keep it for long. The Iconic series is another part of this channel. It's going to be different to the usual project bike videos that come on. The Iconic series obviously means it's going to be an iconic bike and it's going to be a restoration. Let me know in the comments what you think about this bike and what you think about iconic bikes are from back in the day that I should bring onto the channel, and I'll take it all on board. Just to give you a quick rundown on how I actually came across this bike as well, because it's quite an interesting story. So I've got another YouTube channel called Foz in Was. I'll leave the link in the description for my other YouTube channel. It's 90s trials bikes. I've been running it for a few years. It's just a little trials channel that'll do for the off-road stuff. Johnny was one of my subscribers. He's got a Gas Trials bike. It's actually a factory Steve Colley trials bike from 1999. It's actually the bike that Steve Colley won the Paris indoor trial on, so that's mega. Anyway, I had a headlight knocking about in the background on the shelving when I was doing the trials videos, and he spotted it when he was watching it and he got in touch. So obviously it was just an ornament for me, so I was quite happy to let him have it because it's the right headlight for that bike. You can't get parts for them bikes anymore. So that's how I met Johnny, and he got back in touch with me a few months ago. We were having a chat on Messenger, and we were talking, and I just said I'm doing another YouTube channel. I'm going to be doing 90s road bikes, and then it turned out he was into 90s road bikes like me, like I was. So we're nattering away, and I just said, yeah, I can't wait. There's going to be all sorts of bikes I'm bringing onto the channel, but I've always wanted a Fireblade Urban Tiger. I've always dreamt of one of them, blah, blah, blah. And he said, hang on a minute. And he went away, and then a minute later he come back, and there's a video of him in his garage going round this. and he said, and I just couldn't believe it, that the guy I was talking to and explaining what I was doing in the future with a YouTube bike channel and a bike that I've always wanted was actually sat in his garage. And I just presumed, obviously, he's not going to sell it because, you know, not many people do sell Urban Tigers. They're a collector's item. He was like, well, it is kind of in the way. I've got other stuff going on and I need to move it on. So, and that's how this came about, via a conversation on Messenger. So I think it was meant to be. I think this was meant to be mine. That'll do us for this episode, and I will catch you on the next one soon. Thank you.